Right there.
We have to be able to scale
Yep,
that.
just gonna change one
Or
setting real
duplicate
quick.
that to the point where it's like it's almost like a franchise level.
So today will be cool, easy. A lot of pressure off of us since we took the body fat test already, and congratulations, I'm not fatter. We went the right direction, so I kind of know what I'm doing. I need to take Keon right now because I actually already drank my element tea on the drive over to the body thing, and this is clutch today because I had to stay fasted um, this morning, so I had to take the body fat test, and so I I had to be fasted, minimal fluids. The only thing I did was drink a little bit of water and had these for breakfast, and definitely want to take these again because I've been so low. I tell you what, I'm a believer now. Those were probably some of the best results I've ever seen. Granted, I had some things working in my favor with muscle memory, um, but I do know that half that time I was struggling hitting protein intake, so it came in handy. Um, so the plan. I don't know if you're going to clip what you recorded earlier into this or not, but we are going to stay on the plan, which I was already doing anyways, which is we're going to stay in this mini bulk. And now that I know that we put on zero fat, not only did we put zero fat on, we lost 5 pounds of fat because that and building 18 pounds of muscle. What that tells me is I could push the calories even harder. Had the test came back and I didn't lose any fat and I just built muscle, that still would have been a really positive thing. But the fact that I did both means there was plenty of times in those 30 days where I was also in a caloric deficit. So my body was catabolic. Sometimes it did break down some fat. And then also other times it was in a surplus and built muscle. So I have room to push a little bit on the bulk side and not worry about putting on too much body fat, since that's what the test fed back. That's the main takeaway from this test. I would normally be taking today off, but I fly out tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I probably won't train for the next 3 days after that. And I should pretty much take today off, but I'm gonna come in here and just touch weights. It's upper body stuff, right? We trained legs hard yesterday, great workout, feel phenomenal today. My legs feel so tight and solid. Um, so I'm just gonna do a lot of real easy stuff today. A lot of lightweight to kind of get a pump. I know that we've been moving into the low rep range to push weight and strength, but for this, we're gonna to this workout in particular because of the desired outcome, we're gonna do lightweight and just get a pump. What's going on?
Can we help you?
Yes, I need to check the bathroom. I'm working for Andy,
He works
for the owner.
for Andy, the
Yeah.
owner. Jerry, sound familiar?
Angie.
Angie. Oh yeah, Angie's the building owner.
We gotta know. People walk in like.
Yeah, I know. I told her. That's why I told her we can make a call for the back door.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no back door anymore.
Just walk through the building, you own the place. I was like, does anybody know who this is? Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to be our security. We're our security guy. Falling asleep. Our security guy falling asleep on the job over here.
I saw him fall on Katrina. I'm like, hey.
Serial killers just walking through our building. Justin not stopping them or anything, huh? Let's get some tunes. I wonder if I can be connected to both of these. I might. Is everybody gonna be mad if I don't listen to music on here today and actually listen to it on my? I don't know if I can do both. All right, we'll keep it raw. And we're due back for some Nickelback. It's been a while. It feels since we started this journey on some Nickelback. I think we're gonna do that. I'm upper body, so I'm just gonna prime with some W's right now to get us started. And then, like I said, we're gonna do some lightweight stuff. Maybe I'll do some suspension trainer stuff. I don't know. See how we feel. One of my favorite movements, W's. I hope that people really get the biggest takeaway from this whole 30 days of like the fact that We ate when we were hungry. We targeted protein. We didn't obsess over calories, calorie cutting. We didn't do any cardio whatsoever. We trained moderate intensity the entire time. We chose 2 exercises a workout pretty much. We ran a MAPS 15 protocol for 4 weeks. Really listened to our body as far as our appetite, just made good choices. And that started, calories were at 2,000, then 22 to 24, and then 26 to 2,800, then 3,000, and now we're up to 3,400 calories. And we've just slowly built muscle and lost body fat and haven't had to use any of these other tools as far as cutting calories or getting on cardio. No reason to yet. We'll just keep slowly leaning out, slowly building muscle and building our metabolism. Let my metabolism do the work.
Man, where's that test at? I might want to go do one.
Actually, the building's not far from here. It's actually the building, so you could go to there. It's I have the address.
Appointment?
Oh, you actually might be able to walk into theirs. Go to bodyspec.com.
Okay.
And that's where you can book
Okay,
out.
cool.
This guy wants to just go show he's in better shape. That's what it is. Right. No, notice that now he's like, all right, I'm gonna have to steal a thunder.
just wanna know. I just wanna know where I'm
He's
at.
like, oh, just a little 6% body fat, no big deal.
I'm not even close.
He wants to know how much runway he has. That's why.
I've been redlining forever, bro. I got nowhere else to go. Yeah, it went great. Hopefully, we got more people set up.
I'm gonna ask this guy if he wants to fill my abs. I'm glad you asked. We're gonna do one more set of that. So okay, now I'm starting to think I know what I want to do. I think we'll do one more set of W's. It's like a fuzzball in my mouth. Do one more set of W's, and then I think I'm gonna do some pull-ups. Maybe I'll even do them weighted. After pull-ups, I think I'm gonna do some reverse flies for my rear delts here, and then I think I'll do some like buy and try work, and we'll call that a workout. Just touch some weights, get aired up a little bit.
Was it a mobile one, Adam?
No, this one is actually their building. That's right up the road. It's like it took us 12 minutes or something like that to get there. Super close. You're on the freeway, one exit down, and then
They
you're.
don't have any times open right now.
You might be able to just go though, because there was, or call them and see if you can, because it was dead when we got there, and they do them every 8 minutes. So all it takes is one person to.
And then I told him,
Make sure you get video of Katrina too while she's in here. She always wanted to be a YouTube star. I told him how you've always wanted to be on YouTube. Let's do one with no weight just to warm up real quick. There's an area where you could actually see my strength potentially go down, or if we're lucky, just maintain, because I'm heavier, right? So when we started this, the first time we did weighted dips or weighted pull-ups, I did no weight, I added 10 pounds, and then we added the 25, and I was doing 5. But I also weighed 11 pounds or 12 pounds lighter, so we're heavier. So honestly, that's something you have to keep in mind when you do body weight stuff. or stuff that you're pulling body weight or pushing your body weight to account for the extra muscle you build. Sometimes you won't see the increase in the strength the same way. So, but great sign if we can, right? Part of why I wanted to still do this. You know, the place that we're at right now, I was telling the guys off air that where my body fat, where my weight, and where my calories are at is kind of the place I'd like to be for longevity, health, also like balance with family life, friends, enjoying, because keeping myself around 12% body fat with the amount of muscle I have right now and size, like, and the calories that we've worked up to, it allows me to do like we just did last weekend with going to Velocity and eating out every meal and having some drinks with my wife and, you know, falling off for a few days. I can get back on, have a really good week, get back on track to where I was. It's pretty easy to maintain kind of where I'm at. Once you start getting into single digit body fat, that's where it gets really difficult to maintain that long term. Some people have the genetics that they can do that easier than others, but for me, it's just not sustainable long term. And I don't care enough. I don't care enough to make that many sacrifices. I would much rather be at a place where I have a good metabolism, healthy metabolic rate to where I can get away eating 3,500, 4,000 calories, which gives me the metabolic flexibility to have a couple days of bad eating and not training and not go way back. Like when you are 5-6% body fat and you have a day off, you can jump 2% body fat in a day because you have such a lean body. You have very little fat, and so it doesn't take much. You put on a pound or two of fat and all of a sudden your fat percentage goes up. So that's not a very sustainable place or a place I want to live. I like having more balance. Not to mention the wife. The wife likes me on the thicker side. Okay. Been really lucky having Katrina get into me lately. She's been massaging me a lot more than what I used to, or what I'm used to in the last year or two. Really helps speed up that recovery for me. She's really helping get that scar tissue too that I got all built up in the chest. It's still weird though. You can still feel it moving around. And it's still impacting the way I move my scapula. Let's do some rear delt flies on this. I was watching a video of, who is it? Dr. Mike Israetel? Is that how you say it? Israetel? I really like his content. He's kind of a cunt like I am, which makes me like him more. Like, I like the way he communicates stuff. But I was watching a video, he had some guy rate exercises, like they categorize them like, I forget what the tiers were. Basically, five. Yeah. You saw that? Did you watch that?
I didn't watch that. But I watched part of it.
Okay, so I thought it was interesting because, and this is one of the things too, even with our friends in the space that are brilliant, intelligent, you know, everybody has their philosophy around certain things, and it's rare that you find even some of the smartest guys in the space that we all agree 100% on the same thing, because he was saying some things that I disagree or that I feel very different and passionately about, and that was rear delt stuff. I don't know if you saw that part, but he talked about it being kind of a worthless muscle to train for a lot of people, and I couldn't disagree more. Not that I think he's necessarily wrong, and maybe that's been his experience, and maybe in my experiences based off of just my own personal journey and maybe the select clients that I've focused on that with. But I've found that the focus on it really brings out somebody's shoulders, especially when you can isolate that muscle and actually perform the rear delt movements properly. And his argument, I think, is fair. I mean, I definitely don't think it should take the place of like a barbell standing press or big dumbbell press. Like those movements work the entire shoulder. That's going to build that. I would never do a reverse fly and miss out on those movements because those definitely come first. But I tell you what, I think that focusing on rear delts have really personally helped me bring my shoulder development together. It's cool that this time around I'm forcing myself to document it all, because looking back, the original journey that kind of blew me up on Instagram, not having all the videos, I think I told you this, that I was doing it myself and I thought they were so stupid and the process is so slow. Nobody was really paying attention to me back then, so I'm like, why am I doing all this? But I look back now and I'm like, man, that was such a great journey to show people, and I didn't document it all. I did on Instagram with pictures, but not the actual video. I mean, that's totally selfishly. I tell you, that's the things that motivate me in the business now. Like a lot of the things. I mean, that's all the guys, right? I mean, I feel so lucky and blessed that we can make those calls where it's just like, fuck it. It might not make us any money, but it'll be cool to look back 20 years from now at this stuff. You know, very similar to that. All right. One more of those fuckers. You know, the other part that's really fun about this too is that it brings out my competitive side. Even just competitive with myself. Tell you what, Dylan, if it wasn't for this fucking injury, I think we're moving good right now. Imagine if I had my chest too. It's a big ass muscle not to be using. I mean, imagine not training your legs and the amount of muscle that you can put on. Because remember, lower body fat percentage isn't always just losing fat. A lower body fat percent, if I didn't lose any fat and only built 18 pounds of muscle, we still would have been lower body fat percentage. Because as a whole, you've built more muscle, you've added no fat, so as a whole, you're a lower percentage of your body is fat. So not having a big muscle like the legs, like the back, like the chest, to build muscle in is a big disadvantage. If I try to do this, and let's say I skipped legs and did no leg training, we wouldn't have seen that big of a shift in body fat percentage. A big portion of what allowed me to show that much gain in muscle was my legs. You know, I had lost a lot in my legs. I mean, I lost a lot everywhere, but those are the biggest muscles. So to not have one of the big muscles to contribute to building muscle is a disadvantage, no matter how you look at it. Both from a building muscle standpoint and a metabolic standpoint, which in turn helps losing body fat. I'm gonna lighten that up a little bit because I started to cheat my reps on that last one. Did Katrina leave already? I need to get her, she's giving me a cowboy hat. Were you in the studio when we were pulling up the Colorado experiment? So the Colorado experiment was a famous study done in the early 90s, I think, when it was. You have to check Google Colorado experiment to get the exact dates. Casey Viter, famous bodybuilder, he had lost a tremendous amount of muscle. Got an accident or something like that, and was the next pro bodybuilder, lost all his muscle, and they did this experiment on him. Now, he was taking a lot more testosterone probably than me, but still, the point of me bringing this up is so many people thought that it was a lie and bullshit, because he built 63 pounds of muscle in 28 days, which is so hard for the average person to wrap their brain around it. The biggest takeaway from that experiment, though, is the power of muscle memory. That's probably the biggest thing to take away from what you see that I just did too, is that I came from a place of having a lot of muscle, lost a lot of it. The cool part is it comes back really fast, especially if you do things the right way. So had I trained way harder than I needed to, did cardio too, I probably would have seen some good, decent progress still, but it wouldn't have been as good a progress. So, because just purely muscle memory, just by touching weights again, bumping my protein, I could have had shitty programming, overdid cardio, overapplied intensity, and still saw some positive results. But to kind of hit it out the park like that, where we lost fat and built that much muscle simultaneously, you've got to be really dialed in. So, but that's an extreme example right there with that experiment, which is super fascinating that it's capable of that. I mean, like I said, I think if we had my chest, I think I could have done even more impressive. How much more? I don't know. Who knows, right? We'll take it though. Okay, so back, shoulder, do some bi and tri stuff. Get a nice little pump on the bis and tris, and then we'll call it a wrap. What do I want to do? I think, you know what I think I want to do? Let's do this. So we're going to do two things here. We're going to do like the body weight skull crusher that I did before with you guys, and then we're going to do some preachers, single arm on here. So I'm going to go back and forth. We'll do this first, and then wait a second, is that crooked? This one's too low. We can go up one. Oh, really? It does look a lot. Why is that? That's so weird. I just went up one. How's that possible? So down one. Okay, that's right. Okay. Jesus. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll go superset right into there. See you, bro. I'll send you those nudes that you wanted me to send later on.
Oh, thanks.
You see Larry from the Dad Edge podcast sent me a text message. Did you see that? and I pulled it up. I was listening to it. And he's talking to me, and he said I was asking about how things are going, this and that, and how he asked me how my girl Christina was when Katrina was inside the studio. Katrina like stopped in her tracks. Who the fuck is Christina? I can't wait to give him shit about that. One more of those. Just started my right arm. All right, big dog. I think I'll end on some real light chest flies again. Just continuing to do these real light. I'm doing them at nighttime with rubber bands. It's not hardly any stress at all. Just super easy. Since we're not doing anything real direct on the chest. Really, I'm missing something. We did it. We did it, D. First month down, brother. First month down. Now stuff gets a little more dialed in, right? We'll be a little more intention, or apply a little more intention as far as the detail around the diet. 2-week bulk. Oh, hold on, that's Katrina. Hey, hon. What about the Halloween store?
It has a bunch of hats.
It does?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, probably medium. Yeah. Well, I mean, it should be, your head's a little bit smaller than mine, so it should be a little bit bigger than yours, so it's a good way to judge it. Put it on your head. Okay. Uh-huh. You gotta find like a good place in here where like the lighting is really good, or to take like physique photos. I don't know where that would be. Somewhere where there's like light, but like you want some shadow too. You know? So that.
Generally, the spots where it's like how my way is like directly above you.
even when I used to do my pictures in the bathroom back when I was competing, I've never had good lighting to really show the physique.